Another Republican announces his run for the White House.
We're going to be in this race, and we're in it to win, and we're very excited about what the future holds.
Former Senator Rick Santorum of Pennsylvania, the latest conservative to take his chances on becoming the Republican nominee for president.
Joining us live to talk about this, political insider Jim McGrath. Well, let's just get right to the heart of it, Jim. What kind of a chance does he have?
You know, JP, at the outset, I wouldn't say you'd give him much of a chance, but I also remember that my boss, President George H.W. Bush, pulled to the starting line back in 1980, and he was an asterisk. He registered so low on the poll, so anything can happen in politics. But Rick Santorum, as Lana noted, former two-term senator from Pennsylvania. It's a key swing state in the general election, but he's been out of politics since he was roundly defeated in 2006. 5 years is an eternity, too. So the question is, can he reconnect as a fiscal conservative, as a religious conservative? Can he rekindle that fire with Republican primary voters?
He doesn't have any personal wealth to speak of or robust fundraising endeavors. That's going to hurt, will it not?
It sure will, Lana. I mean, as they say, money is the mother's milk of politics. You got to have resources to be able to compete, particularly whatever nominee we put up against President Obama, the Obama money machine. Better have resources to be able to compete, get out a competitive message. I think Rick Santorum is frankly going to rely on the grassroots networks around the various states, Iowa being very important for him. But again, he's going to have to see if he can rekindle that fire with religious conservatives and fiscal conservatives and catch fire that way.
Well, he's not the only social conservative in the race either.
No, it's getting to be a crowded field as more of these hats get thrown into the ring, and so he's got to do what he can to separate himself from the pack. I see that he's already criticized the Republican budget chief in the House, Paul Ryan, for not going far enough and not being willing to attack the Social Security challenges that we have, for example. So he's going to identify himself, I think, by running to the far right of the Republican spectrum. That's one way to get yourself a little more attention, a few more headlines.
It's early on, though, but he's also going after President Obama and his foreign policy.
He is, and I think that's the one area where I think people would have question marks about Rick Santorum. Does he have the foreign policy chops that's necessary to be president of the United States, to be commander-in-chief? And so he's not only relying on his credentials as a fiscal conservative, as a religious conservative, he's going to take the president on foreign policy. But at the end of the day, Lana and JP, I think he's running for vice president. He's been out of politics for so long. He'd be an attractive person to have on the second, in the number 2 position on the ticket because of his political experience, because of his connections to a key swing state in the general election, the state of Pennsylvania.
Great perspective. Thanks so much, political insider Jim McGrath.